Niaje wase. We are back. This is episode 8. Najua mnashangaa leo siko peke yangu, nimezoea kuwa hapa peke yangu, so I focus on one camera. Leo tumezingirwa hapa kila mahali. I hope uko fiti. I'm well as of course, kama unavyoona manze mimi niko fiti. So basically leo ni ile siku. I've been talking about African authors. Nimekuwa nikiongelea story African authors. Oh, they have a magnet, they have a pull, they pull you. So apparently leo someone pulled me with her work. I decided, you know what? For episode 8, we are going to have an African author. So today, you are in for a good ride. You have no reason why you shouldn't subscribe to this channel. Hapo chini must subscribe for you to see this episode 8, which is coming hot, raw, and cut. Sawa, but I hope, one thing I hope unaendelea kuwatch hizo episodes zingine. Kama hujawatch, tuko episode 8. Hiyo inamaanisha episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Na zote zinakuja zikiwa so hot. And now these 8. So after watching this, kama hujawatch hizo zingine, enda uangalie tumekuwa tukifanya nini. Sawa. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 8, and I'm so much honored to be with an African author. Atatuambia anaitwa nani, anaituendelea mambo.
Poa sana.
Finally.
Funny you should start with the word finally.
Finally 22.
Yeah.
So unaweza tuambia unaitwa nani and basically what you do?
Naitwa LT Nyawira. Really abbreviate because
yes.
I don't want to be associated na hizo jina za wazungu. So I'm Nyawira.
Yeah.
I'm an author.
Yes.
And a noisemaker.
Okay.
When needed.
Okay.
Yeah.
You make noise on books or noise maker in?
I have a degree in drama and theater studies. That is a professional.
Okay.
That is a professional noisemaker.
For noisemakers.
Yes,
okay.
But just like niko peke yangu, I don't. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You did drama and theater.
Yes.
And then right now you're writing books.
Yes.
Are they related? It's something that you borrow the skill from there?
I don't think they're related at all. I think the only thing they're related about is I did a couple of units in scripting. I think so just that.
Okay.
But they are not related at all.
So background imetoka kwa drama and theater, some script writing hapa na pale.
Yes, but I've been writing way before I did the degree. So
Okay. Yes. Amazing, manze. This is BookPlug. We're so much honored.
Thank you so much for having me.
We've been following your work hapa na pale, and then seeing the push and also seeing some bits of your book. I haven't read yet, but people who have read, they don't need to try you. They only try hard, try Nyawira, and then we'll see.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you, make great time, and then we finally here.
So
hapa si uongea venye watu wataelewa.
Ni sawa. Actually prefer that.
You prefer that?
Yes, please.
You know, as an author, maybe ulikuwa unataka hapa kizungu tele.
Bana. Hiyo inakunga tu kwa kitabu nikiandika.
Okay.
Yes.
Huku kwingine you just flow.
Yes, venye kuko.
Okay, so basically, we are here for your book.
Thank you.
And also for a very, very important cause. I had promised my listeners and viewers that this episode 8, we are going to discuss the reason why we started this particular podcast. Okay. That is BookPlug Podcast. And the background information is that a lot of people nowadays don't read books. A lot of people are consumed the social media. And then, we wanted, people want knowledge. Watu wanataka kusoma, watu wanataka vitu ziko kwa vitabu but hawasomi vitabu. So why don't we start a podcast yenye niaje? We can be breaking down books such as your book, and people get. So, nimeona ukifanya people don't read books. So I'll start with my first question. Do you believe people don't read books?
No.
People read books.
People read.
You read books?
People read. Trust me. People are reading.
Let me believe it. People read.
People are reading. Okay. But it's not as much as
it used to be.
Yes.
Okay.
But people are reading.
Okay.
The other day, there was a Somanami workshop at KNL.
Yes.
Actually, not a workshop.
You were there?
I didn't go.
Oh,
I didn't go, unfortunately. But it had so many people. All those people are there for books. People are reading. And as somebody who's been writing for people, there's a time I was writing just for myself.
Okay. For
the past, let's say, 6 years, people are reading my books. I have a book that has over 500,000. No, 500,000 reads on our website.
Okay. Bestsellers.
Not yet. It's just a free website.
Okay.
People are reading. In Kenya, it's a bit lower than other countries, but people are reading.
How many books have you published yet?
I've just published one, Finally 22. It's my debut novel.
Okay.
But I've written more than 20 full books. And
20?
Yeah.
Okay, where are they?
Where
are they?
Publishing is expensive, my guy. Publishing is expensive. It's expensive.
How expensive are we? Okay, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, where are your books?
Okay, I had published them on a site called Wattpad.
Okay.
But I was plagiarized. So I took them down.
Okay.
Somebody copy-pasted my work and posted it in another site. And then they were earning from it.
Oh, without you knowing?
Without me knowing.
Okay.
It angered me so much.
That's
I just
too
went
bad.
to the website and just removed. I think I had 17 books up on that website. Nilitoa zote.
Mbona sasa haungechukua ine sheria na nini to protect
Wattpad, they say that your book is copyrighted, so it's safe there. But copy paste, man. All somebody needs to do is select, copy paste. Yeah.
And so the author's name.
Before actually it's my book Finally 22 that was plagiarized. I had posted it on. I wrote it back in 2022 actually, and then it was on the site for like a year. This year is when I got the funds to publish it. So this year, like a week before it was to go live, I Googled it. And then I found it on 2 websites.
A week before launching
A week before launching the book, before I even applied for the copyright.
Okay.
I Googled it and I was like, this is not me. I am not the one who has posted it here. And then I went, my book is 66 chapters. I went and found the person has over 40 chapters. So I was like, ulikosa chance ya kukopi hizo zingine kulienda aje. And then they haven't been active. Niliona ilipostuka 2024.
Okay.
So I was like, hey. But the thing is, nilitoa kitabu Wattpad 2023. So alikuwa naipost 2024 aje. Ama nieti like alikuwa in the process of kucopy paste and then nikaitoa. So I was like, okay, nikakasirika nikatoa zote. Even nowadays, my readers are like, please rudisha kitabu, rudisha hii, rudisha hii. I'm like, I don't want to risk my work. I want to publish these things. Right now it's copyrighted.
Okay.
Ukinibia kitabu, mimi nakupeleka. Unasimamia kamiti.
Anyway, hiyo ilikuwa just tunataka tu tupate angalau a preview kidogo. So basically, you are Nyawira, you are an author, and you've been in the game for how many years now?
I've been writing books.
Yes, books.
Full books since 2015. For 10 years now.
10 years.
Since I was in high school.
Okay.
But writing, I've been writing since I could write compositions in high school. I've never gotten into trouble for my compositions. But yeah.
You are good with composition.
But I started real books when I was 15.
15?
Yeah, so 10 years.
Is it something yenye umeshikutaka? Ama, okay, let me put it this way. Is this nizile zenye tulikuwa gana once I grow up, I want to be an author?
No.
It's not?
No.
What was your...
I wanted to be a lawyer.
I wanted to be a lawyer.
I wanted to be a lawyer.
You had to edit their lawyer?
Yeah, I had to edit when I was like, hey. And then, I have an uncle who is a lawyer, so I was like, I want to be like you when I grow up. But I changed it. When I was in high school, I changed it to, I wanted to do film and animation. Okay. But I didn't make it to KU. So I went to Maseno. I did drama and theater studies there. I was passionate about that. I started being passionate about that in third year.
Hey, that does it mean umetuvumilia tu Maseno hiyo miaka yote venye unaisema ni kama uko Maseno?
No, I loved Maseno.
You wanted KU?
No. I wanted to do film. But the only place you can do it is either KU or I think multimedia. Yeah. But sikukubaliwa huko. So, but I loved Maseno. Hey, me, Maseno. I loved Maseno. But me, Maseno, hey. Mbali na home, but it was awesome. Yeah.
So basically, it wasn't your dream when growing up to be an author or something?
It's something inborn. My dad is a reader, he's a writer, but he was never published, and then hakufuata. Ilifika some point akacha hata kuandika. But it's a talent I've inherited from him. And also my mom is kind of a reader, but not anymore. Nile thing they used to do in their 20s, they don't do it anymore. So it's something I've always had in me. I just started, and then I've never stopped. Yeah.
What motivated you to change your, what triggered that nini sasa ukamua it's full force an author na kuandika na kuachana na filamu na kila kitu? What triggered that?
Heartbreak.
Heartbreak. Okay, so kuna advantage ya heartbreak sikumbe.
Ujaiona like zile banga songs zinatoleangwa zinakwanga mtu after amegongwa heartbreak ingine hapo proper.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. It's like somebody was saying there's this artist who like releases very nice heartbreak songs. Wanangoja agongwe heartbreak ingine ndo atoe banga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you were heartbroken?
Back in 2020, COVID time.
Okay.
Hey, that is when I actually wrote. No, I wrote 2022 after, but it was I was in a dark place, and then I was like, I had written a certain book when 2019 when I was in campus about a friend of mine. She inspired me to write a romance novel, and then I abandoned it at some point. And then in 2020, COVID hit, niko shago, I'm bored, and then nikavunjwa roho. I was like, I gotta pour this somewhere. So I started writing now. Full, like proper books.
Okay.
And since then, I've never turned back.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically your books are inspired by your own experience or people around you or
people around me actually.
People around you.
Yeah, me, people around me. I can look at you, unipe a story about your love story and I'll be like, okay, I can write something from this. But see zote, kuna love stories ngine ubo.
Unataka zile interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like I have this book I've written. It's called Miss Daring.
Okay.
It's about a friend of mine from Ushago, from Embu. She was dating a rugby player in campus. And I was like, before that, I had read, unaona hizi hockey, there are hockey romances in Maju. I was like, we don't have hockey, but we have rugby. And she's a baddie.
Ngoja tulia tu hapo. Unajua viewers wangu sisi ni watu wa mtaani, so wajui hockey romance ni nini? Unaweza tuambia hockey romance?
Hockey romance is there is a genre of romance that's called sports romance.
Where tunasoma romance.
Sports romance where it's basically people dating players of different games like football, hockey, skiers, different
players.
Yeah, but
so
mostly they focus on
anyway,
they mostly focus on football romance and hockey romance.
Okay.
So yeah, like unapata a teammate. Like if you want to do a series, you just come up with a team of a certain maybe they're mostly based in the US. Though.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you just build on one player dating a therapist, another one dating the sister to another teammate, something like that. Yes,
romance is sweet. So yours ilikuwa a friend of yours about
rugby?
I
was dating a rugby player.
Or it's your story, yeah?
That is not my story. Okay, that is hers. She was dating a rugby player. Actually, I just finished writing one, and then she was like, by this hata mimi unanikia story. I was like, okay, who are you dating right now? Akaniambia na date kijana mwingine hapo rugby. Anakaa vizuri. I was like, yeah. So I was like, and she's rugby. And then she herself is a baddie. Like I love her whole personality. So I was like, okay, I can make a story out of this. And I did. And it's called Miss Daring. And they get their happily ever after at the end. But unfortunately, the guy died like 2 years later. So that was kind of sad.
Okay.
No, in real life, not in the book.
Not in the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was sad.
Okay.
But they had their love story and it was nice. Yeah,
okay. So in instance kama hizo, where you write a book about someone's story, do they own a part of the IP?
No, they don't own anything because I actually don't write anything related to them in real life. Besides like come the skeleton of the story, like, okay, your personality kidogo and then the guys, like, but everything else is from my mind.
But the story is theirs.
Yeah. No, it's
inspired by them.
It's inspired by them.
Like kwa filamu venye unasemanga story by and then written by.
But if it's not based on a true story.
It's fiction.
It's fiction, so it's just inspired kidogo.
Okay.
Yeah.
My question is, because basically side tushajua you're writing, your style of writing fiction. Genre yako ni fiction.
Contemporary romance fiction.
Okay. Contemporary romance fiction. Okay. That a different one from romance?
No, contemporary means it exists in like the modern world.
Okay.
Like yeah.
Okay.
It's not
So why romance and not? Unajua saizi basically watu saizi wanataka ganji, watu wanateseka huku nje. So watu wanataka kusoma vitabu yenye niaje, hii kitabu nikisoma itanionyesha venye nitapata do, venye nitaishi na watu, how to make friends, how to live. Why romance?
Not everybody wants to read that.
There are people who want romance.
Some people just want to escape the real world. And your agenda is treating us so shit in real life. You want a man who is treating us well. And if we can find them in books, even better.
So why should you... Okay, so basically, you are writing your audience. I'm not saying your target audience is people who want to escape the reality. Am I getting it right?
Something like that.
But
I do romance because I love love.
Okay.
And I believe there's not enough love in the world.
Okay.
So
why do you believe so? Even before you go
there's not enough love in the world. But now have you seen the reality we live in? Hey, ushaitembea CBD unagongwa left, right, center. Like
rushing.
Hate. Like there's so much anger and hate like in the world. People are angry. Yes, you see that. So like I believe spreading just love kidogo. And if I can do that through my books. Even
Perfect,
better. Yeah.
You know, the reason why nimeuliza hiyo ni kwa sababu there's a very cliche conversation happening watu wanasemaga between romance and tafuta do. For instance, right now, if you give me personally, ukinipatia book, tuseme book kama gani, a book that itanisaidia maybe it's self-development book and then a romance, definitely I lean towards this one because I want to know the laws, I want to know how to relate with people because romance, surely.
That is you though. There's this group, I mean, on WhatsApp, it's full of girls, the book talk girlies.
Okay.
Like TikTok, iko na whole, iko na tu madem wake.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, those girls love romance. Like you,
do you have male readers of your book?
I do, but very few. Very few.
Why is that so?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, there's a time I did a compilation of short stories, but they were leaning more towards erotica. I had more male readers then. Sasa
kama unataka, so you don't go to extremes.
What?
To those extremes.
I
do?
Okay. But those ones were pure erotic.
Okay.
Pure, like it was centered around sex.
Okay.
But my books, they are both romance and there is erotic fiction, like erotic.
Tuelimisha kidogo, what's the difference between erotic and, because I know someone ana confuse anashangaa.
Okay, erotica is just, it's like porn in written form.
Oh, okay. now that is clear. Yes.
Porn in written form. But romance books.
So wait, so you write porn? Porn books?
Ukinilipa vizuri. There's a time I was paid to write 20 short stories. They were called, what? I don't remember what that guy called them. But I tell you, after that, I stopped writing sex for like a year. I was done. I was all out.
Okay.
I was tapped out.
Where's the book? Where can we find the book?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even want to know. I was paid and I stepped out.
It was so erotic.
It was just short story, and then like vitu zinaandikwa ni hizi vitu watu wanaotingi Pornhub and after that I was just done. For like a year I couldn't write any more sex porn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about that experience first, because now it seems we have an in here. So how was the experience of you writing such? Because is it in your line? Is it you are okay, umesema unaandika romance and some bits of erotic. So you are comfortable writing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm comfortable.
Okay.
It was just that there was like a lot of perversion.
Okay.
Like like step siblings, step dad. You get you get where I'm going. And then there was cheating. I don't write cheating in my books.
Oh, okay.
I there's one thing about me. I write perfect men.
Okay.
That is one thing I've focused on in all my books. My men are perfect.
Wow.
Me, like in real life they don't exist. So if I'm gonna write one, he has to be perfect. So, but in those like quasi erotic stories, there was a lot of cheating, a lot of just perversion. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the reason why ulika 1 year before going back to write is because of the...
I was just tapped out. I used all my brain cells when it comes to that. I was still writing books just without the erotic part. Yeah.
So basically najua wakati unaandika, you must have something that is inspiring. For instance, story ya huyo beshte yako mwenye tumesema, maybe she was dating someone, a rugby player, nini. When you're writing this erotic book, what was the inspiration?
Nothing. Money.
And then where are you getting the story from, man?
I trust you me. Penye nimekaa sahi. No, I was being prompted. I was being told like I want you to write a story about step siblings.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. And I was like, okay, give me 2 days.
Because you are creative.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, I just need a prompt.
Okay.
And enough motivation. Squeezy ni pesa bana.
Squeezy ni ganji. Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
There's something you mentioned to Kiopale Inje about ghost writings.
Oh, yeah.
Was that one of the ghost writings?
Yeah, that was, I'm also, besides being an author, I'm a ghostwriter. Okay. That is where I write books for other people. And when they're published, they're not published under my name.
Okay.
So yeah, that was a ghostwriting gig. I did it back in 2023. When I've been doing ghostwriting for 3 years now. Okay. Since 2022. I wrote it at the beginning of 2022. No, 2023. And that is when now, after that, I was like, I'm tapped out. So nilianza tena 2024 is when I went back now to writing sex, basically. Yes.
Okay. So when you're ghostwriting, do you get some credits? Or you just write and
No.
forget about your...
Especially those erotic I don't even want credit. I don't want to be known. I don't want those. After I was done, I called my mom and I was like, Mom, mistaki kazi ya ghostwriting tena bana, mistaki watu waniambia niandike nini. I'm like, hapana mama, si ulikuwa unataka kazi. And then I was paid so shitty. Like I wasn't paid that well, but I was just beginning. But right now, the books I ghostwrite, there's a balance between, because in a book of 30 chapters, you find the sex chapters are just like 3.
Okay.
So that is doable for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my other question when ghostwriting, suppose umeandika hii kitabu and then it becomes the bestseller and unaweza kuwa na any claim ama umesafisha mikono. That's... You are paid, it's done, it's
Even
done.
if that person is paid billions, ata akue the next E.L. James, the next J.K. Rowling.
Yes.
Kuna contract nimesign.
Contract.
There's a contract, an NDA. I can't even tell someone I wrote the book.
Wow.
I can't. Okay, I can tell you outside, like it is off the record. I can do that, but I can't go out and say I wrote the book. Nakwambia unaona ile kitabu ni mimi niliandika, but I can't actually say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. So mbona usianzishe yako ya erotic writing only in Kenya and in Africa? Do you have erotic writers in Africa? I've not explored that side. They are, but they are not si wengi sana. I feel like most writers just like writing about colonialism. Like, oh, get over it already. Siko baya. Talk to me direct.
Yes, talk hapo bana. So we were colonized. Move on. Yeah. And then also I don't wanna be I used to, the person who inspired most to write, I know this is like general and it's basic, is E.L. James.
Okay.
I read 50 Shades in Kiwa High School.
Okay.
You go from 2.
Okay.
And I was like, who Christian is from Kenya? Kwani ni nini? So I was like, I want to bring what white writers do, but as an African. So if you read my book, Nairobi is very romantic.
Okay.
Hey, unaweza soma, reading Nairobi through my eyes, you'll be like, uko sure? This is Nairobi. Yeah.
Because I was to ask, is romance an African thing? Ama any vitu za wazungu we just try? Because Africans, I think we have a lot of things to do.
Yes, we do. Yeah. But trust me, I can make anywhere look romantic.
Okay.
I can. I have made Nairobi look romantic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about I read a book by Trevor Noah, and that book ilini disturbed totally. I really enjoyed that book totally because I haven't been to the place alizaliwa South Africa, but reading the book nilikuwa na relate na mpaka hiyo barabara.
You can see it.
I can see it.
Yes.
So when you're writing about romance and African romance, let me take it to the village huko Mali. We don't have the city nini. Ni mdema anatoka anaenda kuchota maji na nyungu anarudi.
I've actually never done that.
Oh, you've done that?
I've never done it in a traditional sense. Ya nyungu. I have a friend who has, but I haven't myself. But I have written in my book, Finally 22, there is a part where anapelekanga mzee ushago to meet the parents.
Okay.
And then now there's like anampeleka the ile pond alikuwa na swim like in Ushago. I've also written a book where it's based in a short story based in Ushago. But I haven't explored iyo ati leso na nyungu. Hearts I have, because that's not contemporary. That is not the world we are living in right now.
But we are Africans, you
yes
know?
And actually I was having an idea about that yesterday. I watched the Wangwa Kerry play. It was on you saw it.
Yes.
It was amazing.
It was so good.
And I was like, okay, maybe I can do this because I want at some point in the future na hapo mbele kidogo to write where Achille becomes a chief. But me yangu itakuwa romance based bana.
Okay.
Mimi mapenzi itakuwa your village. Hey. Yeah, but I will do it. But for now I just contemporary, modern. Yeah.
The reason why I've asked that is because right now if you mention the word romance, mtu anaona gifts, anaona flower, anaona money bouquet, anaona, but we can all agree that wasn't Africans. That wasn't our way of romance. That's not our African love. For instance, your play you mentioned, there's a place, a greeting in Kikuyu, Murega, Wemwega. You know what that means, you know? And you know, such stories atupatiwagwi.
True.
Why don't we, as African authors, especially on romance, why don't we tell our own stories, especially our very own romance? Not that ikuatina nyungu kwa manini, but trying to bring into the public. For instance, hizo vitu za manibuke na nini, I believe we borrowed from the Westerns.
Yes.
Why don't you uplift ours?
Actually, that's what I'm saying. I want to do that, but I want to romanticize it. Because Wangwa Kerry, colonialism.
Yes.
Mimi siandiki colonialism, by the way. Me, I'm not writing colonialism. No, saizi. I will do it in the traditional sense, something that happened in the 19, like but I will do it in a way such that siko ubaya. I'll just do it in my own way, but mimi siandiki tu colonial. I know we were, but I don't wanna focus on that.
Why upendi hiyo story huko nyuma?
Because it's so much pain, and we already know about it, and it's a painful thing to talk about. And like I'm saying, my book is about spreading love and good feelings. Yeah, like I want by the time you read my book, you're kicking your feet, you're screaming, you're like, I want this. Like, so imagine niseme sijui Achille was something happened to her kwa shamba ya mahindi. I don't want that.
No. But anyway, I get your point. And now I just want to know who's your main audience? Apart from the gender, tumesema ladies want to tend more to lean on your side. The gender, are they young people? Are they old people? Mixture?
18 to 35 years.
18 to 35
18 to 35 years.
Okay.
Because most of my books have a lot of adult content.
Okay.
Kuwa na ID.
Kuwa na ID.
But obviously, as somebody who started reading that when I was 13, 12, kitabu yangu itafikia mtu wako 12, 13 that I enjoy. But still at the same time, I focus on people who are 18 to 35. They relate more. Yes.
So my question, the reason why nimeuliza hiyo ni because you're writing about romance and have you experienced enough
romance?
Have you experienced enough to now come and share with us?
No, I haven't. In my platonic relationships with my friends, I have experienced a lot of romance. I've been loved properly by my friends.
Okay.
But in dating, maybe ilianza jizi but kitambo bana. No.
Why so? And you're writing about romance, and I believe being a writer on romance, I believe you live in romance.
Yes,
I do. Rotate in
but I consume it through books and movies. Doesn't mean in real life.
Okay.
But when I published my book, there's somebody who commented when I think a video of mine went viral on TikTok, and somebody asked me, "Have you experienced the kind of sex scenes that you write in the book?" And I was like, "Wow, never. I was like, I haven't, and I'm like, I haven't, but
okay, amazing. So let's talk about the challenge before I get to this book, because I believe it's ni kitabu kubwa hata venye nakaa, it's a big book.
It's a huge book,
and of course nimekuwa nikifollow. I've seen you really pushing it, and people reception ni fiti. Actually from this now ndio nikasema niaje, I must have her as a guest. There is a line ilipata kwa hiyo book mahali nikasema what? Okay. You know, I sijaingia sana into fiction and I'm into non-fiction.
Acha kusema sijaingia sana, hujaingia at all.
Kabisa.
Unadanganya watu, hujaingia at all.
I'm not there.
But it's okay. I got you today.
Nikasoma hiyo line nikasema, okay. It was this part. Okay, tumesema tutaingilia, but let me just mention, it was this part whereby your character was sijui alikuwa date mahali, and then now this girl started imagining sijui through her t-shirts and her, I don't know, nitaisoma hapa hivi, but it was so well described to a point yenye I could see whatever she was saying. Akasema, you know what, I must call you. So the question is, we are writing for a generation yenye we are busy with other things. Okay, people read, when you correct customer, people do read, yes, but majority don't. We are consumed. Another book that I was reading when preparing this episode, it was The Shallows. It shows the difference between our minds na minds za watu wa zamani, those people who used to read. And then kitambo, when the social media weren't there. Actually, hata saizi ukienda kwa church, not that our parents don't have phones, but utampata na physical Bible. It's because their brains were wired to reading. But ukienda church saizi, most of us Gen Zs we don't do the physical book.
Yeah, utapata kila mtu anatoa simu. Anatoa
simu, anapitia simu. Unaona? So my question is, what is the challenge writing to such an audience that don't fancy physical books? Because it's so hard by the way to find someone with
it is hard.
A hard copy.
And as someone, I'm getting a lot of questions asking about ebooks.
Okay.
People might not be reading maybe the physical copies, but they want ebooks. But with an ebook, there's a risk of plagiarism first.
Okay.
Imagine ikuzie ebook yangu, and then you send it to a friend, and then they send it to another friend.
Yes.
I've not made those control. 2 sales. I have no control. And utapata kitabu yangu imeprintiwa River Road, naipata kwa streets.
iko hapa and you don't know.
Yeah, and you don't know. Because have you seen Chimamanda?
Yes.
That's her name. Yeah. Have you seen her books on the street of Nairobi?
No,
Don't tell me she's the one who put those books there.
Oh yeah, well, it's being sold
on the streets. And then it's white page. Ukitaka kujua kitabu imeprintiwa white pages. White, ukitaka kujua kitabu imeprintiwa River Road, pages ni za white because it's cheap. I don't in as much as I want to do ebooks, which is what most people are reading nowadays, I don't want to risk. Maybe I will one day. If I've made, like, nikisha make milioni yangu ya kwanza kutoka hizi vitabu niongeleshe, I'll be like, sawa, chukueni ebook. But for now, I don't want to risk that.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's talk about the sales, because I believe you also want to make money with this.
I do.
What was the inspiration behind writing? Sinido? Unakado? Ama unataka kufunza watu romance?
Not really. I write because I have so many book ideas in my head. Like right now, there's a place I've noted down over 50 book ideas.
Over 50 books ideas.
If I don't write them, nobody ever will, because they live in my mind. In as much as I want to make money off it, even before I was making money from my books, I haven't even started making money yet. But even when I am not making money, I'll still write.
Okay.
I'll write and maybe go back to Wattpad and be like, since mmeamua kuiba, chukweni
Chukueni,
msome, chukweni endeni nazo, as long as you're reading. Maybe umeiba juu imekupendeza and you can see this is potential. Yeah. But I have always written even before I was making money, and I'll continue to write. Money is just it's good, and it's motivation, and it helps me to put more of my books out there. So yes, but it's hard. Marketing is hard.
It's hard, especially kwa wase saizi. You use social media to market.
Yeah, because kama saa mimi the people I'm marketing to, nimesema ni 18 to 35.
18 to 35, the youths.
Yeah, hautapata mtu akisoma gazeti.
Kweli.
So even if I put an advert in the newspaper,
they won't read.
So utapata mwenye na marketia ana scroll TikTok, ana Instagram. I haven't even done X. Facebook that much. I have never hacked X for some reason. I don't know.
Why is that so?
Why hack X? I think I've made like 2 posts about the book there. But I have never hacked X at all. Maybe one day, ama maybe nitapata mtu akona following and promote kitabu, but I've never hacked X. But TikTok is where I've made most of my sales, and IG. But other app,
okay.
Yes.
Then you just post and then someone anakuja na buy.
Yeah.
So do you preempt some bits of the books, ama how do you market them?
Kama sasa unaona hiyo part tunasema ilikuteka. Utajuaje kuna mtu mwingine ilimteka akakuja inbox akaniambia I want to see more of that. So it's just like giving people teasers about what the book is like, and then being relatable. There's a post I made about being a Murima girl who wrote a book based in Kenya. I even wrote Embu in my book. So when people saw that, hey, kitabu it's romance like on a Kiembu, I want to see that. Okay. So people are like, okay, but then my book is kind of pricey because it's huge and it cost me a lot. But they're like, nikipata pesa nakuja, and they will come. And those who can afford are buying right now. Yeah.
Amazing.
But marketing is hard.
It's hard. It's challenging.
It's very challenging.
So a friend of mine tulikuwa nafanya by the way, mimi na mabishi zangu tukipatana we usually have very weird conversation. For instance, tulikuwa naongea, ilikuwa kitambo kidogo. So tukaanza kusema you are doing a podcast book wewe. Unafikiria watu siku hizi wanasikiza podcast ya vitabu wewe? And then tukaend up because by the way siku hizi, okay, there's a difference, the generation size. You find that it's so easy for a Gen Z size ama a young person in town to name all the clubs. Anaweza ziname, so na hata akifunga macho anakuambia hii iko place flani, by the
Avenue, Kenyatta, downtown, uptown.
Yes. But you ask them about libraries ama bookstore, they don't know. Hakuna mtu anajua. Sijui library flani iko I don't know. I don't know.
True, that's true.
So you find kitambo watu walikuwa wanapatiananga direction na vitu kama libraries. Ukifika hapo Kenya National Libraries ama whatever.
Ukifika Macmillan.
Yes, ukifika Macmillan hapo. Siku hizi manze jaribu kupea mtu direction na library ama bookstore umempoteza.
True.
Lakini mpatie na jina ya klabu. They definitely know that. So what do you think about our reading culture? Does that tell you that our reading culture imeenda chini ama it's only that social media imekama watu wana spend more time on social media ama we can access the books online? What's our reading culture?
It's actually it's 50-50. Like inapungua na pia unapata there are people who actually, like I said before, kuna watu wanasoma na pia at the same time I wish people read more. Ni eti sasa people prefer being on their phones. But sasa zenye wanasoma like our books are not, like if you want to read a lot of Kenyan books, unless you buy a physical copy.
Yes.
Very
yes.
few Kenyan authors are selling ebooks of their books.
So that means we are reading less and less of African.
Yes, because they are not doing a lot of ebooks. Ebooks zile mingi utapata, they are from Western authors.
Yes.
But Kenyans, they're not selling ebooks, and which I understand why. But bookstores ziko, watu watembe CBD bana, there is Hekaya, there is Kibanda, there is Nuria. Nuria
Yes,
actually sells mostly, I think like 90% of their books is Kenyan African authors.
Yes.
So watu waanze kurudisha kupeana directions na hizo bookstores. But Macmillan broke my heart. Nowadays it's like but have you seen KNL?
Yes.
That building is magnificent. I wish people visited it more to read books, because kama saa hii acha niwaibie siri, by the way, kama unataka kusoma kitabu yangu unaweza ipata KNL. I have 2 copies there, but sasa you can't walk out with it, so ni ukae chini usome, ukimaliza irudishe kwa shelf.
Okay. So let's talk about that, the deals, ama the distribution, and even before that, let's now talk about this book kwanza, and then we'll come to the distribution. You said you wrote this book long time ago.
I wrote it in 2022. It's significant. The title itself, Finally 22, is significant.
Oh, you were turning 22?
I was turning. I'm 25 right now.
Okay.
I wrote it when I turned 22.
Okay.
So, in my father's house, there's this rule. Kuwa na ID, haimaanishi anything kwake. Doesn't mean shit to him. Kwake hata kupata your ID is nothing. His age is 22.
Okay.
My dad's age is after 22.
Not even 21?
No.
Why 22?
I have no idea. I have never hata sijai muuliza, but I should ask that man. I have never.
You should write for us a book about number 22.
I will, but his age was 22.
Okay.
Ukifika 22, you're free to do it. Hata nowadays, anaanza kunikazia nikienda Geshagi na mza dad. Niko na miaka ngapi uliniambia ati I obeyed you until 22. Now let me live my life. But lakini mimi mtu mzuri. I break rules kidogo sana.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I turned 22, I had this whole big idea of how my 22 was gonna be.
Okay.
So by then nilikuwa nishafanya calculation. By then nitakuwa nisha graduate campus, nimepata job, naishi kwa nyumba inakaa hivi, and then now maybe nimeanza kudate proper. I was already dating.
You're perfect man.
Yes.
Oh, you were dating before 22? So you are breaking rules. Your father akiwachi.
No, my dad knew. My dad knew. Yeah.
So he bent the law a little bit.
No, my dad was hakuwa anasema ati usi date. Bora kama una date mtu mlete nyumbani, introduce him. Hata kujua mtoto wake ana date nani.
Oh.
Yeah, and I did that. I'm telling you, I'm a good child, but I mean, mtu mzuri.
Ukapelekana at the age 22,
No.
Below.
Nilimeka I think kwa 19 bana. I introduced my dad to my boyfriend. I was like,
that was a serious one. No wonder you're writing about romance.
Yeah, I know.
It was a perfect one.
Yeah, he was a good guy. He was a good guy. Yeah. My parents liked him, by the way, but iliisha 2020, heartbreak. Anyway.
Ukapeleka mwingine.
Apana, I haven't.
You learned your lessons.
Hey.
Usivunje sheria.
No, after that it was just like it took me so long to get over it. After that I was just like mimi niko tu sawa. Yeah, but sai hebu mzeni swali lingine.
Story tofauti kabisa.
Yeah, but it took such a long time. Anyway, so when I turned 22, I had a shitty birthday.
Okay.
I didn't even celebrate my 22nd birthday. I expected a big celebration, but dad umeniambia ngoje 22 and there's no celebration.
And there's nothing.
Yeah. And I think hiyo siku my dad alimpeleka. Kuna zile joints za kishagi zenye zinauzangwa hizi places za kichwa. Siji kichwa imeboiliwa ati supu inapigwa na kibuyu hivi.
For birthday.
Yeah. I was like kunywa kikombe, kula nyama pieces, rudi nyumbani. Yeah.
Ulimi, nyama ya kichwa.
This is not the 22nd birthday I wanted. So I had already thought about the book I wanted, but venye ilifika katikati ya 2022 and I haven't gotten any of the experiences I wanted, I sat down and I wrote them in fiction. Okay. So Nala, my main character, has the life I wish I had when I turned 22.
Okay.
You get it?
Okay.
So she has a good job. By the kitabu ikianza, she's anafanya kazi kama cashier Naivas.
Yes.
After I graduate Maseno. She actually, I did drama and theater, but I focus on music. That's another story.
That's another story.
Yeah, but she started there and then now she meets Hunter, the
Hunter.
Her man, Sasa.
Hunter. The perfect male.
The vice president's son, bana. Yeah.
Kila kitu.
Yes. So she met Hunter and then now life ikasonga, ikakuwa vizuri. And it ends na rorashio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's one thing I was very passionate about. I'm not a white wedding person.
Okay.
Mimi hata ukiniuliza if I'm me, I don't
Provide traditional.
no, I'm like, I don't think I'll ever get married, but if I do, I'm not doing a white wedding.
Wait.
No.
Unatuandikia venye tutaoa.
No, I believe in love and romance and all that, but
romancing alone
in fiction.
In fiction, it's not your world. It's not your.
It doesn't exist in reality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I get.
It doesn't exist in reality. But if I'm ever to do a wedding, and even if I don't get somebody to do a wedding with Dajirashiria, I will do a rorashio, a proper one. Because the rorashio I wrote in my book, it was so... I did research. I called my dad. Nikamwambia, nataka uniulizie maswali, tell me. And then my dad ni mzee wa kijiji, by the way. So I was asking him, get inafungangwa, yes, inafungangwa na rules gani, what can happen, pesa inatoleangwa ya nini, before that are there meetings, before, all those questions. So I was it's the one thing that I feel is the most authentic in my book. Like, I wanted ikuwe finishing power proper. Yeah, so.
So it's in the book, that part?
The final chapter, yeah, the epilogue.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hiyo sasa imenishika kidogo because now, unajua ukitaja mambo ya rorashio ni hiyo mambo ya kukoloniziwa nini. So, yeah, that one I can follow. So basically the book is not about your own experience. This 22.
Nala's background, her family, the dad, my dad's real name is Shem. The dad in the book is called Sam.
Okay.
My mom's name is Judy. Anyway, but you get it. Like the book, the backbone of Nala's background is kind of, it's me.
Okay.
Yeah, but everything else ni fiction. Okay. Like would dem alipelekwa One Africa place for her first date. You building na yonanga nikipita to Westlands. I've never been inside. Yeah, so everything else is just like things I've come up with, things I wish would happen. Alipelekwa vacation Zanzibar for a whole week. I've never been there. Like, I went to Malindi last year, but besides that, yeah, but most things just fiction, but the backbone itself, it's me.
Basically, it's you. Wow.
Embu, my family, yes.
You mentioned Embu hapo ndani vitu
a
kama
lot,
hizo.
a lot.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, amazing. Hiyo ni fiti. So the book, it's on romance, and then basically for your umesema your age is between 18 and 35.
Yeah.
So mtu mwenye anaweza chukua above 35 won't relate.
They will. Okay.
Relate.
They not really, not so much, because the female main character is 22. Kitabu ikisha, she is 23, 24 hapo. So not so much. You will enjoy the book. You just won't see yourself in their shoes that much. You will love it, but you won't see yourself in my shoes. Because there's this girl who read my book when it was in Wattpad, and she told me after that she couldn't pick up another book. She saw herself so much in the character. Alishindwa, like even to date, even to read other books. I was like, akipole mami, haiko intentional. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you learn all the romance? Is your home the ideal romantic family we have? The books or maybe the movies? Where did you learn them? Because actually from that extract that I read, that small one, it told me a lot. Because ilikuwa deep. It was deep. So what's your background with romance?
Books.
Is
I've been I read
books?
I read romance. I consume it. I watch it. Ikifika in real life, kidogo too.
Why is that so, by the way?
Well, me, I don't know kwani mapenzi kwa hii real life inaendaje. But especially when you look at, I don't want to like talk about my family a lot, but I tell my parents this all the time. I don't want your marriage. Hiyo ndo yenye venye inakaanga. They are awesome parents, but as husband and wife, hiyo ni yao. Mi staki. I can't, and then I haven't seen a couple, like older couples where I'm like, I want your marriage when I grow up.
Okay.
I've never seen it. So I was like, let me just create my own version in fiction because it doesn't exist in real life. But where I consume the romance I write is through books. And telenovelas grow up to watch. Kina Storm Over Paradise. Yeah. Yes. Nicola.
Okay.
Actually made a TikTok about that. But yeah, imagine that. Yeah, so watching, reading, especially reading. A great writer is a great reader. Okay. Yeah, so you can't write without reading. You know, I believe in that.
Amazing. So do you only read romance books or you...
Fiction, romance. Me, I don't read non-fiction. You
don't read totally? You've never?
My friend bought me Atomic Habits back in 2020.
Salute.
2023.
Atomic Habits, yeah. How do you find it?
Sijai pita page 5. sijaipita introduction. Unaona penye anasemanga sijui anasemaje sijui I used to be a lazy person back in campus sijui this sikupita hapo bana. I never learned those habits at all. Yeah.
Okay. So basically you are romance genre yako romance, or even books you read romance books and everything, you live romance. So my other question is, don't you think you are destroying the society by only teaching romance now that Africa, we are so much behind, we are fighting corruption, we are fighting a lot of things, bad governance? Why don't you write about the things that you are facing?
Kwani I'm the only writer in Kenya. There are other writers. Wacha wengine waandike. Have you read Biko's books? He wrote a book, Kasongo, the other day.
No, I haven't. I haven't read
If
it.
they want to read about politics and other things that are affecting, read from other readers. Soma kina Biko. Mimi ukitaka mapenzi, come to me. I got you. Lakini other things, after I read. They are so... Kenyans are writing.
They're good writers.
I went to Kibanga to deposit my books so that they can sell them.
Yeah.
And they were like, let me show you the kind of... They have 3 shelves. Like just one hivi, 25 different authors. And there are like 5 due to chini.
Yes.
People are reading. People are writing. Okay, people are writing. Kenyans are writing. And very few are writing romance like me. Actually... Very, very, very few. And even if they're writing romance on English politics up on me, I haven't. Like my main male character, Hunter, he's a vice president's son. Lakini hautasikia mahali nimemention politics. Iko tu kidogo, babake akimwambia anataka uchukue kiti yangu, but it's in one chapter. Okay. After that.
Hatuipati tena. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so tafute hawa authors wengine. Wewe ni romance.
Mimi ni romance tu na sitakudanganya. Jana nilikuwa kwa Matt going back home and the driver next to me, we started chatting up and I told him I've written a book and then he's like, sasa kitabu yako umeandika uinspire nini? Mimi kitabu yangu soma ikuinspire. I was like, it's a funny thing I told him, mimi andika tu dhambi.
Usherati ni umejaa.
Yeah, me I'm not writing to inspire. Me I'm just writing for people to find something to escape into. If you want to read about politics, corruption, some authors wengine.
Sasa nikuulize Nyawira, nikichukua kitabu nisome, vitu nitapata hapo alafu niende ni try at home. Will it work?
Try.
Or fiction? You know, it's even fiction. It's fiction.
If you want to woo a lady, trust me, read my book. If you want the proper way to date, read my book.
Guys,
ladies,
you're not ready for this.
It will teach you how to treat a woman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But you know how to treat women.
Do you? It will teach you. Like, I'm telling you.
Okay.
But sasa ukose, upe demu yako kopi ya book yangu.
Asome sasa kwa hiyo version.
Zake zifike huku. And then ukose kufika, makosa ni yako.
So this book is dedicated for men? So that
no, it's dedicated to ladies.
To ladies. But men, by any chance nikipatana naye nisome, I'll understand better now how to love her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's amazing. So basically, umeongea about this book. Where do we find the book? You mentioned umeiweka kwa stores. Where can we find
right now I'm selling the books myself.
Okay.
For most of the part.
Okay.
But I've just put them in 2 bookstores, Kibanga and Hekaya.
Hekaya is Hekaya.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hekaya and Kibanga.
Okay.
I'm aiming towards more.
Okay.
But for now it's just those 2.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have a deal with them? They're
yes.
distributors?
Yeah, they're distributing my books.
Okay.
They do them.
Another question on distribution, maybe inaweza saidia writer out there. We usually see, saizi imejaa kwa streets. Watu wanauza vitabu, the streets, River Road, ukitembea kuna vitabu. What's the harm of you taking the book there?
To the streets?
Your copies, yes. And not give them, but a specific place whereby. Because basically people don't go to bookstores nowadays.
With Kibanga, tuko na contract.
Okay.
We've signed a contract. And wanakata a certain percentage, I get the other percentage, but there's a contract in place. In case waniruke, tunasimamia koti.
Okay.
Hekaya, there's a contract.
Okay.
But kwa streets,
there's no contract.
There's no contract.
Anybody can.
And then, nani anasema huyo mtu nimepea kwa street, hata simamia River Road, kukopi, huyo hata si kukopi paste, hata photocopy. Atakuwa na patience because my book is 700 pages to photocopy all that.
700 pages.
Atakuwa na patience ingine hapo sijui.
With a bad...
But still, akitaka photocopy is very easy. So nitapea vendor moja mwenye anauzia huko juu UN Towers. Next time they pata huko chini cooperative like ama hizo sides sijui za bomb blast. I'm like, how did my book get here na niliacha the other side of town? So but one thing I want to say is Kenyan authors are not marketing their books.
Kenyan authors are not marketing their book. What do you mean?
That is one thing I learned from Kibanga. When I took my book there, Kibanga watakuchukua kitabu yako na wataweka kwa shelf yao and they will make posts about it. But if people don't know about your book, the one thing I am priding myself in is people know about my book. I am putting myself out there. I wish I could get more opportunities to talk about my book. Opportunities are sina, but I'm doing the best I can within my ability. But Kenyans are not. I'm like, there's somebody who came to my inbox and they're like, I've written 7 books and I post it on my WhatsApp status once in a blue moon. I'm like, watu wako kwa status yako ya WhatsApp wangetaka kununua kitabu yako, wangenunua kitambo. That guy has over 40,000 followers on TikTok. Mbona usipostia hao followers wako on TikTok? Even if they won't, your followers won't buy your book, it's a land kwa FYP page. Somebody who wants to buy your book. So people are saying that it's just talk about your book, make TikTok. Like, it's so easy nowadays. Talk about, market yourself. Nobody will sell your book for you unless you're traditional published. There are traditional publishers in Kenya, by the way. Kina Moran, Kina KLB, traditional publishers. But for indie authors like me, an indie author is somebody who is doing it themselves. Nobody will talk about your book for you. So talk about your book. Put yourself out there because nobody will do it for you.
That's amazing. That's encouraging. Do you reach a point where you feel, hey, manze, people are not supporting me, especially friends? We've had that. Our friends, we have friends supporting you. Wapeane wanaangalia.
They are, let's say wananimotivate.
They're motivating.
But they are also limited themselves. It's not limited, but me, I don't want them to promote me, but it's not their responsibility. The responsibility is to be my friend and to listen to me. Me nitakuja nikwambie, by the way, today I met a client who frustrated me, who did this. But promoting my book, that is on. If they want to, sawa, thank you. But if they don't want, I don't blame you. And then if somebody was to buy my book and they're like, kwa WhatsApp yangu or people I know in real life, if they were to buy my book, wangeibai venye nilitoa, like kitambo, even when I was talking about it. But if they haven't till now, they will never. And that is okay. Kuna hiki tu watu nasemanga, strangers will support you more than real friends. And it's not their fault. It's not their thing. Like, my friends, we became friends because of books. Actually, I don't have that many friends, but the ones I do, we became friends because of books, and they have supported me. They have bought my book. And they have talked about it as much as they can. But after that, the rest is on me.
It's for you to push now. That's amazing. That's amazing. Finally, how much is a copy of this?
3,000.
3,000 only.
3,000 only. Peke yake.
And then you get to learn romance. My brother, umeteswa na mapenzi, haujui kutreat huyo mrembo, chukua kitabu. It's only 3,000 peke yake.
Only 3,000.
For the ladies, umesikia majority of ladies, hapo ndio wanapatana. Ndio? You have like a girls community whereby mnasoma hizi vitu, mnachanganua, the group you're talking about, right?
Yeah, I can't talk about it. That one is, it's like, unaona zile zinasemekananga, usiongee sana about it, but but yes.
You can't admit a male member.
Tengenezeni yenyu.
To learn at least.
Tengenezeni yenyu.
Anyway, that's amazing. Manze, mimi nimefurahia kwanza. Especially, I've learned a lot. Especially the part that you're saying Kenyan authors don't know how to market themselves. They're not pushing themselves. Especially the ones who are coming up and who are writing at the moment. You're waiting for friends to push for you. You just take, for instance, you might go to an extent, you take it to distributors. Na vitu kama hizo. Yeah, so quite some lessons. And by that, I'll take a book. I'll take a copy. Take a copy of this.
Please do.
You do sign?
Yes.
I don't know if I'll finish this book, but I'll read it because...
One thing I want to say, there's money in books.
There's money in books.
There's money. Now
that should go to someone mwenye anaanza kuandika.
There's money in books. Please write. Like, kama uko na idea umekalia, write it. Like, unasema, just know how to market yourself. Joan Thatia. She's balling right now. Like the Confessions of Nairobi Men and Women. And then she's not the only one. There are so many people who are making money off books. Like it's not just Joanne. Joanne is like the recent upcoming one. There's money in books.
Okay.
Yeah.
We start writing, guys, and we read books.
Start writing.
Make sure you read this
money
book.
In books. Yes.
Sindio?
Yes.
So these are copy here. Patana naye kwa ukienda bookstore, umesema unaipata wapi?
Hekaya and Kibanga.
Ukipatana naye, make sure you read it. And then you can have a copy, like this copy here. Hey, inakaa tu romantic yenyewe, hii kitabu hii. Good fonts, good headings naona.
Thank you.
Spoil size. I'll read it later. Anyway, your parting shot before we wrap it up.
read more.
Read more.
Read more.
Read more.
Even if you don't do fiction,
Yes.
do non-fiction like you, Kim.
Yes.
I believe people become more empathetic, more open-minded to the world when they see the world from the perspective of other people.
Yes.
And you only see that when you read or like when you can step into the shoes of someone. So read more.
Read more.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much, Manze, for creating time. Mimi sitaki kuongezea zaidi. Wanakupata wapi? Because mimi tulipata na TikTok.
You can find me on all social media at LT Nyawira. Just LT Nyawira. Instagram, TikTok, X now, karibu niseme Twitter, X nowadays, Facebook. Or you can email me at authorltnyawira@gmail.com. Yes. Or you can call me 0726 41 85 35.
For a copy. See mambo
for a
hizo
copy.
zingine. Najua amesema
Just for a copy of my book.
She's sufficient.
Or if you read my book and you want to discuss something, useme your party nini.
Okay.
Text me. Yes.
Na nikipiga nataka unifunze mapenzi
Nikufunza nini?
Mapenzi, how to love.
Natafuta therapist.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been amazing. Tumefurahia manze. Make sure you get that copy and of course also follow her on her social media handles. She's amazing. You will enjoy her posts. I usually enjoy the posts. That's why she landed here. But anyway, all in all, let's read. Let's continue reading. Let's sharpen our minds. One thing I usually remind you always and always, if you don't have money to travel the world, buy books. They'll give you exposure. So if you kama wezi afford passport, buy books. Tukupatia exposure, utafika huko and then see how different people think, how they reason out. And that's the most important thing. Mimi naitwa Kim. Leo the street philosopher amekuwa humble. Tumeongea chini ya maji pole pole because you have a very amazing guest. But anyway, I hope imekuwa inspiring. Kama imekuwa inspiring, you can also subscribe and also you can share this with a friend. Kama ni author, kama ni fan wa vitabu, just do share. So, this is BookPlug episode 8. Patane episode 9. Bye-bye.